Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Inspired by Online classes. So I have a kit here from 2021, I believe. Was it 2021 or even 2021? And it was a Crop and Create delivered event. So it was one of the full weekend events, and this was a class taught by Jess Forster. Now, again, I'm not sure here whether I'm going to follow the class at all or whether I'm just going to use this kit. There is a 12 by 12 traditional layout, sort of like a double one. So one side, which is just one large photo, lots and lots of journaling, and then the other side uses a lot of frames. So it could be a fun 12 by 12 and double page. I don't know that I would follow the theme. It was small and big moments. So, and I do have a very big moment, of course, from last year, but I don't know that I'm ready to be scrapbooking about that yet. Whether I ever will be, I don't know. We'll have to see. But definitely will likely use that concept. And then there were some pocket pages as well, which I more than likely will not do. But as I do with these, I'm going to go through what I have here. And then the second part of the video, which will be a few seconds for you, much longer for me, could be, it'll be spread over the month of June for sure, where I then come back and show you what I did with this kit. So I will probably let myself be inspired by the two 12 by 12s, because I really want to do a big frame layout anyway and combine it with, it was one of the challenges in the Spring into Creativity crop from Let's Gather and Glue. So we'll see, but let me put these embellishments aside, what can get, and we'll look at this paper. So hang on, let me throwing things about here already. There we go. Okay, so this was Pinkfresh Studio Happy Heart. Now, I don't know if we have the full, we have quite a few pieces of paper for sure, but let's start with here. We have three pieces of white cardstock, so that's always very usable. And this is textured on one side, very textured on one side, and almost smooth on the other side, so that's very useful. And I know she uses that for the 12 by 12 layouts, and this one is spare, I think, to maybe cut up for some of the pocket pages. Then we have this one. Now I think the collection, no, see, this one is called Happy Heart. So what is the collection? I'm not sure what the collection is. So anyway, let's go through this. So this is Pinkfresh Happy Heart, and this is back in the day. I'm finding the new Pinkfresh collections a lot easier to use. Back in the day, I used to love the look of Pinkfresh, but I found it difficult to work with. And this is an example where, to me, I would have liked this pattern to be a lot tighter. There's a little bit too much white space there. So this might be something that I would actually do some cutting apart or just use bits of it. But this, I would like this to be much tighter than it is. But this is a lovely diagonal stripe, like a nice sort of candy rainbow colored diagonal stripe. So that is very usable. This is definitely one of the papers that she uses in the 12 by 12, and I think she uses it this way, if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite remember, but this is called Happy Days, and just a nice sort of diamond pattern on the background. So there we go. So this, I think I might try and follow the class one way or another, or at least be inspired by it. Love this paper. So this is Small Joys. Love this color and the pattern with the white. So in the background, there's even, it looks like a little bit of mixed media, whether it was watercolored or sort of like the packaging technique, but a nice sort of very pale sky blue into teal, and even a little bit of a greenish teal here, and a nice ombre pattern here. But I think I would definitely want to use this side. Some cut aparts. I don't remember whether she uses these in the 12 by 12s or only in the pocket pages, but this is fun to cut apart and definitely have some journaling bits here. And this is a nice grid in going again in an ombre from sort of a bluish green, almost an aqua, into a minty green down here, quite usable. So this I would use a little bit of both. Another lovely floral, keep growing. Oh, there we go. So the collection is called Happy Heart. There we go. I can just see it. I can barely see that even with my glasses on. Another lovely, lovely floral. This would be nice with this. Oh, I kind of like those two together and might use that. I would gut this and then use this as a frame. Let's leave those together because I do like that. Oh, what's on the other side here? Oh, these were the journaling cards. So let's leave these two together. Some butterflies here. Definitely could do some fussy cutting. This has a very watercolor feel to it. It's called Beautiful Moments. And this side is just a nice golden yellow pattern. But I think I would use this side, but I think I might do some fussy cutting. I don't know that I would use this as a background. We'll have to see. Or would I use this maybe sort of half and half? Oh, that might be nice. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. And then this lovely golden yellow with some white florals and some watercolor effect ombre from into a sort of pale, very, very pale buttery yellow into sort of peachy pinks and into sort of bubblegum pink down here, but I think I might use this side of that. So some lovely, lovely patterns to work with. I'm going to keep these two together and we'll see what we do with that. There we go, and the white cardstock. And then with that, there were the enamel dots, always very useful. There is this gold alpha, not sure I'm a fan. They're flat stickers, which can be usable. We'll see. I do think she uses it on one of the 12 by 12 pages, so I'll keep it with the kit for that, and we'll see, and you'll see whether I use it or not. But then I'm going to probably bring in some other alphas. Then we have here, these are title pieces. Does it say how many pieces? Title ephemera, and there are 35, so lots and lots of different titles in here, which are very, very usable. So today, beautiful, best, happiness. So I think there are quite a few usable titles in there, and they are, it's not chipboard, they're die cut weight. And then floral ephemera, again, love, love, love my florals. So this is going to be 37 pieces of floral ephemera here, which I think is going to be absolutely beautiful. And then we have the chipboard frames. And oh, more than that, we have chipboard frames, one large size. Oh, goodness me. And so there we go. So this is going to be very, very useful as well. I love using these sometimes to sort of just tuck in, might do a shaker element. We'll have to see. If you saw my collection obsession, I have some sequin mixes out and I could go get some more. And I also mentioned that I wanted to try, and so there is a layout in the class that uses a lot of these strings, but there was also a challenge in the Let's Gather and Glue online crop for the end of April, where one of the challenges was a lot about frames. So I might try and combine the two, but definitely want to dig into that. And then finally, the stickers. So one side here is more icons, very watercolory, sort of nice and pastel-y. So I've got some pastel this month. I've got some bright with the other Crop and Create delivered, inspired by online classes that I showed you, and then a very different mood and feel with my collection obsession. So I think I have lots of fun things to work with. So again, as I mentioned, I will see you in a few seconds with what I got done with this kit. and it will definitely be a few days or maybe even a couple of weeks for me. And I will see you back here very soon, but hopefully I will get 2 class kits used up. So that would make me very, very happy. So do you take a lot of online classes? Let me know. Let me know down below, and I will see you just on the other side. Okay, well, a few seconds for you, my friends, and actually a couple of weeks for me. But basically, everything I said I was going to do or not do, I've sort of done the contrary, but at least you saw the kit, and then we're going to look at what I have left over. But I did 2 really fun layouts. So the first layout, which is the single 12 by 12 page that I was talking about, and I said I didn't really know whether I was going to do it or if I would be able to adapt it, but I certainly wasn't going to do sort of any kind of big moments for me. At this point, I'm not ready for any of that, but I did do it and I adapted it, and this is going to go into Erica's album, and it's a fun photo with her new friends and her colleagues at the university that she's studying veterinarian medicine in St. Kitts, and I thought this was a beautiful page to put in her album. So this side of the page, I stayed fairly true to what was in the class, but then this is completely different. I kept the title. There was a lot. There was a lot of journaling in the original class page, and I used one of the journaling cards and sort of made it another embellishment cluster to keep to the triangle and make it a beautiful page. And there is a little bit of room here if Erica does want to do some journaling, but as you know, in their albums, I don't journal. But in the end, I love this page in the end, and I'm happy that I sort of kept thinking, how can I do this page, and what photo could I use, and what story could I put in that, because it truly was a fun class and a beautiful page that Jess Forster had created. So there you go, I got this one done. And then I did get the frames page done. Now again, I've done it differently. So in both cases, if you've taken the class and you can remember that far back, this was as I said, what did I say, a 2021, 2022 class? Anyway, quite a few years ago. But if you did take the class, you will see some similarities, and you will see that I definitely made these my own and different from the class. And in this one, I stuck to these 4 quadrants, sort of, not quadrants because we have like nine squares here, but obviously kept the grid. The background is the same and the papers are the same. These 4 photos are pretty much the same as was taught in the class with the lovely frames. They are there. I had less photos, so what I chose to do in the areas where I didn't have photos is just get some 3x3 papers down and do some embellishing. So I did that here, and this is going to be sort of like a summary page from one of the vacations I took back in, this is a long time ago, but it was in the Bahamas. It was Great Exuma in the Bahamas, and I have done a mini series in my albums of probably 6 or 7 layouts, but I thought this would just complete that beautifully in there, in that album, and just put some photos that didn't merit a page of their own, or that were like duplicates, or, you know, how many pages are you going to make with the beach and the ocean? So, you know, I just put some of the extra photos here, and I really like how this came out. Again, as I say, some similarities, but some things completely different. So I'm happy that for me, I've now done this portion of the class, and it was a lot of fun. Now, I did not do, and as I mentioned to you, I won't be doing the pocket pages. So I have lots and lots of goodies left here. So let's see, what do we have? I still have 2 sheets of white cardstock, because I think she was using some of that in the pocket page. Now, the papers I have in 12 by 12, I have 3. So I must have some scraps in here. We'll look at that in a moment. Oh, not all that much. So I have this here, and if you recall, I sort of put this aside to go with, was it with this one, with this paper? I don't remember. Anyway, in the end, I did use some of these cards and pocket cards. So we'll see. But I have 3 full sheets of paper, and I still love this butterfly page. And I think, you know, when you think of it, this is lovely. But I think I'm going to use the butterflies. And I was thinking I might do some fussy cutting and then use. But now that I'm looking at it, let's see, what's behind this? Oh, another pink. Oh, this I love. Yeah, remember this? So I could do a half and half with this, and a half and half with this, or this. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I can do some other butterflies. I've got my Nicole Jones 911 printable, so I think that's what I'm going to do, and I would get 2 more layouts out of this. So let's do that. This is a definite. This to me is definite. I really, really, really like this. Now, will I do the half and half this way? Or 1/3, 2/3? No, I think it needs to be across. So, let's see. Not the butterfly. The butterflies would have to go on the top, wouldn't they? Yes. So there we go. And then I can just do a nice strip here in the middle. This is a definite. And now here, let's see. Would I want to do it with the yellow? That would be nice. It would be different. Or with the pink. You know what? I think I want to do it with the yellow. Look at me going all bold lately here. And I was saying, my friends here I'm taking a page out of my friends' books that do some lovely, lovely bold patterns on patterns. So I think I'm going to do that. So yeah, let's see if I can use that. And I do have, so I still have some of these cut apart cards, or I have this for some journaling. Have lots of the frames left. And these stickers, I didn't use all that many of the stickers, so I have tons of these. And look, there are some butterflies here and some fun icons, and still some more florals. And I have the titles. There are tons and tons of titles. I think what did I use? Did I use 3? I think I used 3 of those. That's all. And there were, how many in here? There were 35 pieces. So we have tons of that. Because on this one, did I use a title? I did not. I used some of the stickers. And I did fussy cut some butterflies here out of a journaling card. And I used one of the journaling cards down here. So lots of that left. We have, let's see what I have in here. Oh, so I have tons of the florals left as well. Oh, there's tons of stuff in here, so that's going to be fun. The enamel dots, one of the fussy cut florals, and a couple of little scraps here. And I said I wasn't too keen on these. I did use them as they had been used in the class on this layout, but we'll see. I think I do need to bring in some more alphas. So there we go. So I need to choose some photos, and it's 30 days of sketches, of course. So let's see if I can get a couple of these down. Now, I'm pre-recording this at the very end of May, this portion of it, and I sort of did the first portion of this in mid-May. So I'm not quite sure exactly when this is going to be posted. It'll be on a day when I'm not doing a challenge or a sketch, so early-ish in June. So that will definitely give me time to use this for 2 more layouts. So that was fun. So another class done. I'm very, very happy. Now I also did one of the Megan Andrew classes from A Crop and Create in 2023. Now, by the time this goes up, I don't know whether you will have already seen that one or not, but I have some scraps of that to use up as well. So makes me happy to use and to finally dig into these lovely, lovely classes. So there you go, my friends. If you took that class, do you remember? Did you recognize these pages from that class? And do you do online classes? Is that something that you enjoy doing, or do you get all of your inspiration from YouTube or Instagram? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you back here very, very soon, my friends. Happy scrapping and stay safe.